good evening. So because that mid so it has passed midnight, which means the time has it's telling you the time of this time is telling you the time of this time. So that is that is 03 not 031 not 030 030 not 030 030 is the time of this recording anyway. So I'm completely drunk actually. So maybe I should I create this episode anyway, but actually, so maybe it's fine to finish this recording soon enough. And hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version, and this time, so creating episodes of podcast has become my my routine work, or my custom. Creating podcast is my own it's my own custom or stuff to do. One of the things I have to do. And anyways, the title of this episode is Slow Black Boys and Stupid Asian Girls. And the conclusion is, please throw away biases and prejudices and you can notice the reality. And why I decided to create this episode is that, essentially I educated some physicians or medical doctors. I don't know how to say how to call them in English language, and using Chinese language, that is Ishan and medical doctors or physicians or people like them. And which means, so I said educated, which means the meaning is that I taught some stuff, or I taught things to those medical doctors or physicians. And anyway, so so some people find, in the case of in the case of diagnosis, or in the case of diagnosing some people as some diseases, and anything is fine. Any manner of diagnosing is fine. But actually, so when it comes to what watching and investigating some symptoms, so what matters is that, so I don't tell you the exact example of about what I have experienced, but actually, so telling you the telling well investigate when it comes to investigating, so symptoms or diseases, what matters is that so what's the symptoms, and speculate or speculate and think about the causes of those symptoms or diseases. What and just is that, so so this world has, or many I think anyway, this world has, or human beings have developed really great drugs or medicines, and one of which is, for example, so in the case of recent cases, the pandemic of coronavirus is what I'm going to explain. And so human beings could beat the pandemic of coronavirus or coronavirus. And one of the manners to beats virus was was a vaccine against coronavirus. And but actually, so in the case of the vaccines of coronavirus, those vaccines have side effects, and which means, so some medicines have side effects. And another example is, how should I say, I thought how to call those medicines, which is, wait a moment please. So chemotherapeutic agents, or cytostatic drugs, or chemotherapeutics agents or anti-cancer drugs, and they also have some side effects, and which means so when it comes to that, but actually normally thinking really easy to understand, but actually so some patients of cancers can take anti-cancer drugs, which is possible, but actually, so those patients of cancers may have some other diseases, and which is why some patients of cancers may what I'm talking about is just a possibility, but actually some of those patients may have other symptoms derived from other diseases than the cancer those patients have. Which is the point of this episode, and which is a test to the users of the vaccines against the coronavirus, and that vaccine those vaccines have side effects, and some people take vaccines against coronavirus, and they experience side effects, and which is a case to me actually. And but actually, so they may have other diseases, and which may cause other types of symptoms than the symptoms derived from in this case derived from the vaccines against coronavirus, and which is why, so when you if you are physicians, or if you are medical doctors, and if you face some symptoms, or some diseases, and you can't find any causes, or any sources of those symptoms or diseases. So please think about other options, or other ways which may cause those symptoms or diseases, and which is what they'd like you to this time. So, and to enable such a diagnosing, or to enable such a diagnosis, or to enable such diagnoses, and I don't know how to pronounce the plural form of diagnosis, and but actually, so what I'd like you to do is to throw away your biases and prejudices, and at least so even if you do not have such biases or prejudices, and sometimes I think you find a bit difficult finding realities, or finding the truth, but actually, so at least having biases, and prejudices would work disadvantageously, or would work having biases or prejudices work against your benefit, which is what I'd like you to know this time. And I'm sorry for my stuttering. I'm sorry for my stuttering manner of speaking English, or I'm sorry for my clumsy manner, and but not bad manner, but actually I'm really, you can find my English really low or bad, because, and I'm going to tell you the reason at last. And anyway, this is the last phase, or this is the final phase in this episode, and I'm a native speaker of English language. That's it. So which is why I'm really bad at speaking English language. And I'm going to tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. And the title is Slow Black Boys, Stupid Asian Girls. And the conclusion is, please throw away biases and prejudices, and you can notice the reality. And I don't think I have to tell you the meaning of this title, and but actually, so if you are white people, and you find black people run fast, and they are good at sports. Black boys are good at sports, and in the case of Asian girls, or particularly East Asian girls, they are smart. For example, in studying or in learning things, or in the educations, in the type of education served by general schools. And because not because anyway. So for example, some kids with Chinese ancestries are good at studying, or they have higher scores. They are higher scores of tests, compared with other students or other peers. And but actually, so there are some exceptions, like there are some black boys who can't run fast, or who are not so good at sports. And in the case of Asian people, some students are not so smart as peers are, as the peers are. And which is why, so anyway, so watching symptoms is important. But actually, so what matters is that, so if some people have the symptoms of coronavirus, or if some people have the symptoms of the vaccines against the coronavirus, they may have other diseases, which is why they are suffering from those other diseases than the vaccines, which is possible. So which is what I like you to know this time. So that's it. Thank you very much for everything. See you. This is an additional explanation, but actually, so I checked out on the internet, but actually, diagnosis has another sound, which is not diagnosis, but diagnose, which is a verb, has another sound, which is diagnose, or diagnose are fine to use. And diagnose is American English, and diagnose is British English, which I think is a difference. I don't know, but I don't know the details about, or I don't know the exact usage about them. And the in the case of the plural form of diagnosis, the plural form is pronounced diagnoses. And I mistakenly pronounced diagnosis, but actually, I think some people would pronounce diagnoses. But actually, so I checked out an online dictionary, which says that diagnoses is the correct pronunciation for the plural form of diagnosis.